The song of the sea was a constant, comforting hum in Kaelia's world, but for the past few months, a new, more intimate melody had joined the chorus, the swift, fluttering heartbeat of her unborn child. The royal physicians, the most knowledgeable in the entire Reef Kingdom, had been clear. A single strong prince or princess, the eldest had declared, his whiskers twitching with certainty. The heartbeat is singular and true. Kaelia, her scales the colour of moonlit pearls and abalone, rested a hand on the taut curve of her belly. She felt the powerful, singular kicks that resonated through her entire being. One. It was always one. Her husband, Lorcan, with a tale of deep emerald and concern in his sea-green eyes, would bring her glowing sea grapes and whisper stories of the great adventures their one, perfect child would have. The nursery cavern, a secluded grotto lined with softest sea moss and illuminated by gently pulsing bioluminescent anemones, was prepared for one cradle, a magnificent thing carved from a single iridescent conch. The first pang came like a rogue current, sharp and unexpected. It was not yet time. As the contractions tightened, a strange sensation followed, not one set of movements, but a chaotic, swirling dance within her pregnant belly. The fluttering heartbeat the physicians had described now sounded to her, in her heightened state, like a trio of tiny drums beating in frantic, overlapping rhythm. The royal physicians arrived, their confident smiles fading as they attended to her. The eldest placed his ear to her belly, and his ancient eyes widened in shock. "I hear an echo. No, two. The currents are muddled." Lorcan gripped his trident, his knuckles white. "What does that mean?" Before anyone could answer, Kaelia cried out, a sound that was part pain, part wonder, as a pressure unlike anything she'd known built within her. The water around her shimmered with her effort. With a surge of power, the first babe was born, a little mermaid with a tuft of silver hair and a tiny, perfect tail the colour of seafoam. She let out a tiny, bubbling cry. The physicians moved to tend to her, their relief evident. But Kaelia gasped, her body seizing with another wave. "There's more," she breathed, her voice strained. Lorcan stared, uncomprehending. More? A second child, a son with a strong, flickering tail of deep blue like his father's, slipped into the waiting hands of a stunned physician. His cry was louder, a bold declaration of arrival. The grotto was silent, save for the gentle pulse of the anemones. 2 cradles were hastily summoned from other chambers. The physicians looked at each other, a silent conference of utter bewilderment. Twins. A rare and celebrated event. Yet Kaelia did not relax. A profound, undeniable feeling told her the journey was not over. She clung to Lorcan's arm. "My love," she whispered, her strength waning. "There is another." Panic and awe warred on Lorcan's face. The physicians were at a loss, murmuring about impossible currents and ancient, half-forgotten legends. With a final, monumental effort that seemed to draw light from the very water around her, Kaelia delivered a third child. This one was smallest, her tail a delicate shimmer of rose gold and mother of pearl. She was silent for a terrifying moment, before releasing a soft, musical stream of bubbles, triplets. The grotto was plunged into a stunned silence, broken only by the 3 distinct tiny heartbeats now harmonizing with the ocean's song. Then, chaos erupted, joyful, disbelieving chaos. Messengers were sent zipping through the water to spread the impossible news. The royal conch shell cradles were too few. A bed of the softest kelp was woven for the third princess. Lorcan floated beside Kaelia, his eyes glistening as he looked from one tiny, perfect face to another. 3, he murmured, his voice thick with emotion. "Our little tide." Exhaustion washed over Kaelia, but it was a sweet, triumphant exhaustion. She gathered her 3 daughters into her arms. The one with the seafoam tail was already alert, her eyes wide and curious. The blue-tailed son waved a tiny fist, strong and determined. The smallest, the rose-gold one, curled against her mother's chest, her breathing a soft, peaceful rhythm. The physicians, humbled and amazed, finally found their voices. "It is a miracle of the depths," the eldest said, bowing low. a blessing from the current itself. Triplets have not been born in the kingdom for 1,000 tides. As Kaelia held her 3 unexpected miracles, she understood. The strong, singular kicks she had felt weren't from one child, but 3, their movements so perfectly synchronized they felt as one. Their heartbeats had blended into a single song, a secret they had kept until they were ready to reveal their wonderful, overwhelming truth. The song of the sea now had a new, vibrant strand woven into it, the laughter of 3 where one was expected. The royal nursery grotto was expanded, filled with the playful clicks, chirps, and bubbling giggles of the triplets. And Kaelia, the mermaid who had expected one, found her heart and her arms more than large enough to hold a triple tide of love. The end. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.